Welcome to the Digital Glue Podcast. These digital untangling episodes are brought to you by Crystal Kordalchuk, CEO and founder of Virtually Untangled. This podcast is for entrepreneurs who need untangling from the day-to-day tasks in their business. These virtual world untanglers never underestimate the power of a good idea. And if that sounds like a lofty goal, well, it is. A decade ago, Virtually Untangled was founded with the goal of creating meaningful digital experiences that connect with people. Crystal and her team of honorary untanglers are now providing business owners just like you the opportunity to own your story and share it with the world. So, every Tuesday morning, she'll be dropping a new episode that will help you think big and dream even bigger. Let's dive into today's episode.
With digital marketing, it's all about all hands on deck. But if you're a solopreneur like my team and I, you're back to wearing one too many hats again. Sometimes it's hard not to feel like you're lagging behind the competition, but that doesn't mean you can't become a one-person army. We all want successful digital marketing strategies that pack a mean punch and makes our audience engage. However, it doesn't always seem that easy to accomplish. Well, I'm here to try and save the day with a few digital marketing tips that you can keep handy in your virtual back pocket. So let's not waste any precious time. Here's a handful of our virtual tried, tested, and true marketing weapons that will pack a punch and carry you to success. Of course, starting with the most important. Don't put too many eggs in one basket. This is a mistake that many rookie business owners make, including myself, trying to do everything at once. We get ahead of ourselves and dive into setting up and branding about 10 social media accounts before finding out which ones work for our audience, and a rigorous blogging or podcasting schedule with what feels like a zillion topics that we haven't even had the time to properly research yet. But that's not all. The worst of the worst is that we haven't even ever used more than half of those social media platforms. Bet that sounds all a little too familiar. If so, then stop. Just stop. One of the worst mistakes one can make is trying to manage too many social media accounts at one time. Less is more. The main goal should be to focus on brand consistency and the power of your messaging, not by creating unnecessary overwhelm while trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. And this goes for all business platforms, not just the social ones. Don't write for yourself, write for your audience. The best pieces of content are the ones directed at your target audience. You truly need to understand your customer, what gets them psyched, as well as what keeps them up at night. So start creating content that will address their needs and concerns, aka what we like to call pain points, and put their minds at ease. Don't underestimate the power of your email list. An email list is probably one of the most underrated, valuable, and responsive assets you have in your virtual house of tools. And unlike your social media followers, you own your email marketing list. I know for a fact that many of your competitors aren't even thinking about creating an email list for their business. Instead, they feel they can just get away with just building a huge ass social following, which is all fine and dandy and does good in its own way, but it's surely no email list. Don't dismiss the importance of visual appeal in your content. Text can be boring sometimes, I'll admit it. Even I veer away from social posts that don't have some sort of visual aspect to keep me interested. People get bored with text stupid fast. So whatever you do, don't underestimate the power and importance of all visual elements. It helps bring your message to light and breaks up the heaviness in your words, especially if you're aiming to give them the feels. Also, don't just cram your hard-worked copy into one large, sloshy paragraph. Space it out a bit. If you don't, you'll lose your audience for sure that way. Don't shut the door on repurposing your content. Whatever you do, don't just create amazing content and abandon it. Tear it apart, pull snippets, and reuse as often as humanly possible. The number one benefit of repurposing all of the amazing content you create is that it makes your content much more scalable. In other words, you don't need to write and rewrite every post, every video, every email, and every graphic from scratch. Another really cool thing about doing this is that it allows your content to get in front of a completely new audience and keep things ripe. Just keep in mind, it needs to be adaptable to each format and virtual space. Don't be shy, show a little skin. It's time to show the world that you're not a robot. Be brave, show a little skin. Let your personality shine. Let your business personality shine. Don't be afraid to have some fun. Express yourself. And if that means literally showing some skin, well then, more power to you. Tastefully, of course. Don't forget to offer valuable resources. Providing free resources and tools that you know will make your followers think fondly of you and extend your brand's presence from 0 to hero. But make sure this resource or tool is something they will find useful, not just a glorified sales pitch. Not everything has to be about selling. Sometimes you must give a little, even if it's for free, to get a lot. Don't underestimate the power of your daily surroundings. Let your imagination fly sky high by thinking about how you can use your urban surroundings for potential marketing magic. It's really as simple as that. Don't shy away. Step out of your shell with video. Whether Facebook Lives, TikTok memes, or of the promotional type are an incredible way to draw in and retain the attention of your followers. The current retention rate for visual information is roughly 65% versus the 10% reach for text-only based content. Plus, those who view said videos are much more likely to convert than those that don't. Video content is an all-around powerful tool. Whether you're trying to promote a sales pitch, demonstrate how your service or product works, a self-promo behind the scenes so they can find out a bit more about the real you, or educating them with some fun resources, awesome podcasts, and inspirational blog posts. Trust me, the world's not as scary as it seems. Don't be discouraged from trying something new. Podcasts are great and literally all the rage right now because users can download them and then listen on the go. We've had our podcast on the go for just over 12 and a half months now, with just over 45 episodes and counting. Now, you may be worried starting one will be too much work and just get lost in the over 700,000 other podcasts being produced. Probably even more so since the pandemic crunched our worlds. But pivot your plan and have some faith in yourself by creating something fresh and new, not only for your brand, but your audience. You'll be granted with the most unexpected benefit. And yes, the biggest reason we encourage this virtual adventure is the relationships you'll forge along the way. Hosting a podcast may or may not bring you fame and fortune, but it will certainly lead to a growth in social and email engagement, open doors that you never ever possibly imagined, and new friends, followers, and professional relationships. To piggyback on the idea of packing a punch through the idea of starting a podcast, there's no better words fitting than this quote by none other than Nicole D'Angelo, associate writer at Skyward. Every company can find authentic stories related to their brands, whether these stories are revealed through interview, investigations, or real-life demonstrations. With some serious thought about what kind of stories your brand can tell and a commitment to honesty, you have what you need to begin making an engaging podcast, no matter what industry you're in. So let me ask you, after hearing about all these pack-a-punch tidbits, are you now feeling ready to grow your business to new heights? Ready to ditch the salesy professional image and dish out some of your awesomeness personality into your brand? Maybe even a little virtual skin? I sure hope so, because hiding behind the virtual curtain isn't going to benefit anyone. Okie dokies. To sum up today's untangling episode, here's a quick recap of the tips we just went over, plus a handful of others to help your brand pack a punch. Number 1, promote your social media handles. Number 2, join in on popular hashtags. Number 3, pin your site images and graphics on Pinterest. Number 4, keep tabs on your competitors' profiles and virtual spaces. Number 5, try urban marketing such as sidewalk chalk, photography, posters, and so on. Number 6, use your surroundings to your advantage. Number 7, host contests, whether video, photo, caption, etc. Number 8, make contests super shareable on social media. Number 9, promote via email list and all your trusted social media channels. Number 10, write audience-catered content with visual appeal. Number 11, use videos and/or podcasts for interactivity. Number 12, leverage the power of lists. Number 13, host free webinars and share free resources and tools. Number 14, use analytics to take advantage of popular content. Number 15, write ebooks, guides, and how-tos. Number 16, write and allow guest posts or casts. Number 17, only create and generate quality content. All quality, all the time. Number 18, give your company some personality. Don't be shy, show a little skin. Number 19, collaborate with peers or even perhaps competition. Number 20, create branded freebie tools and resources. And lastly, number 21, find and share reputable content by others. It's not all about you. So what are your digital marketing tips that pack a huge ass punch for your business and brand? Feel you could use some help? Consider Virtually Untangled to the rescue. Let's chat.
And that's a wrap. Virtually Untangled is a full-service business, which means they've got you covered on design and content right through to digital and organization. You'll form a long-lasting relationship with them as collaboration is central to everything they do. Now it's time to seize the moment and become inbox friends. It's easy to do. Just hop on over to virtuallyuntangled.com or their Facebook page to opt in and receive instant access to the most inspirational ride of your life. So what are you waiting for? Become inbox friends with VU. Until the next episode, keep untangling.